on 12 News at 10.
I'm Chase Golightly in Ahwatukee, where a new data center is being built, but neighbors living right across the street tell me it's already creating problems. What we know coming up.
The extreme heat continues through the weekend, and several records are in jeopardy between Friday and Sunday.
I'm Tiani Jadling in Chandler. They're calling it the seafood capital of Arizona. We're taking an inside look at Seafood City tonight.
An historic Arizona music venue is shutting its doors when you can catch the final concert at the Rhythm Room.
12 News at 10 starts now.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis. Data centers are becoming a hot button issue all across the state as residents share noise complaints and studies show temperatures are going up. Well, now some homeowners in Ahwatukee say they're already experiencing issues just as construction on a new data center there is getting underway. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with some of them earlier today. He joins us live with what they're saying. Chase?
Yeah, Mark, that new data center is being built right behind me. It's literally right across the street from hundreds of homes right here. Many homeowners telling me they're not looking forward to this data center being up and running. But at least one homeowner that lives right next to the street here says construction alone is already causing them problems. The crane is up for the Menlo Digital Data Center in Ahwatukee. A view some living in the neighborhood right across the street are not a fan of seeing.
It's a monstrosity, to say the least.
They're not looking forward to what this land will become, putting signs like this in their front yard. According to Menlo's website, this plot of land will turn into something like this. 5 buildings that will be 2 stories tall, sitting on 38 acres with the ability to produce more than 250 megawatts of power. While it's not up and running yet, the Marshall family that lives about 150 feet away from the project say for the past year, construction has been causing them problems.
They're making our home uninhabitable.
They say on a regular basis they've been woken up in the middle of the night from what's happening basically in their backyard.
4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, we hear the beep, beep.
Keeping them and their kids up.
It makes you cry because you realize how badly you are sleep deprived, how badly your kids are sleep deprived.
That's not the only problem.
Enormous amounts of dust.
Taking over their yard and pool.
And it's not even built yet, so I can't imagine.
Worried about what's going to happen once this data center is operating.
This is a what's to come, but on steroids.
Concerned about the constant hum that has been reported from other data centers, along with studies showing that the centers make surrounding areas hotter, the environmental impact, and what it will mean for their property value.
This is going to change the whole outlook of Ahwatukee if this comes in. It's not going to be good.
Concern shared by their neighbor, Ken Bojack.
We'll see. I understand there's going to be like a constant reverberation, a humming sound. We'll see if it's tolerable, but I don't think so.
According to Menlo's website, the first part of construction will be completed by the end of the year. The Marshalls and others living here not looking forward to that process.
No, we're not against data centers, but not in our backyard.
The city of Phoenix tells me the company behind this data center has already received multiple permits, including building permits for the project. They also said this area is zoned for data centers. So despite pushback from the community, it appears this project will continue to move forward. We're live in Ahwatukee tonight. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thanks. New developments tonight in the case of a Gilbert toddler who was mistakenly pronounced dead after almost drowning last year. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office has decided not to file criminal charges against the toddler's parents. Gilbert police had recommended child abuse charges in the case, but the county attorney's office said the home had multiple child safety measures in place, multiple adults were present, and investigators found no evidence the parents were impaired. Prosecutors say every adult believes someone else was watching the child. The boy continues to recover from that incident. New at 10, Phoenix police say a man died after being detained by officers yesterday. It marks the department's second in-custody death in less than 24 hours. Officers were originally called to an apartment near 27th Avenue in Campbell. They say a man broke a window and was making incoherent statements. They detained the man, matching the suspect's description, and they could tell that he needed medical attention. When paramedics arrived, they found the man's body temperature was 107 degrees. He was rushed to the hospital where he later died. The medical examiner is still trying to determine how the man died. Detectives are also investigating. Some sad news to report out of Tempe tonight. Harry Mitchell, a longtime public servant whose statue stands outside of Tempe City Hall, has died at the age of 86. Mitchell served as Tempe's mayor for 16 years and then was elected to the state Senate and ultimately to Congress. Just a few hours ago, current Tempe Mayor Corey Woods released a statement saying in part, "There is no part of Tempe that has not been influenced by the legacy of the Honorable Harry Mitchell. Our city is truly grateful for the lifetime of leadership that he has left us. He will be dearly missed by each and every one of us." The valley continues to swelter in the midst of a dangerous heat wave, with temperatures expected to soar well above 110 in the coming days, not to mention the humidity. Let's get over to meteorologist Lindsay Riley. And Lynn, some parts of the state could be flirting with 120?
That is absolutely right. It's not in Phoenix, but western Arizona. Lake Havasu City, Bullhead City could be reaching 120 degrees by the weekend. We're not going to be too far behind here in the valley either. It's 105 at 10:07. It's 63 degrees in Flagstaff, 76 in Page. Here's how the next 3 days are looking. Temperatures on their way up. In fact, the heat is going to peak between Friday and Sunday, and that's when we're also looking at near record and record highs here in the valley. Overnight lows will continue to be in the 90s with moderate humidity levels because those dew points are remaining quite high as well. Here's Lake Havasu, and you can see those temperatures are marching up as well. Very possible on Saturday we get very close to 120 degrees. So the heat is on. Western Arizona will likely be the hottest area in the state. And then here's Flagstaff. 90s for Flagstaff. Doesn't happen too many times per year, but we're looking at that happening on Saturday. 91 there. As far as tomorrow is concerned, it's a little bit hotter than today. We'll start off in the 90s, but by 10 a.m. we're already up to 101, and we'll reach our peak at 113 around 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Mark?
Thanks, Linz. A mountain rescue in Paradise Valley this morning ends with a famous Disney animator being hoisted off the mountain, Mummy Mountain. Glenn Keane is best known for his work on movies like The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Tarzan, and more. He was hiking with his grandchildren this morning when he says the terrain became too difficult and he had no choice but to call for help. Phoenix Fire arrived and determined the best way out was by helicopter.
As I was being lifted up, and I was looking at all the areas that I used to climb around as a kid, and I thought, Lord, thank you. This was just a real blessing to have that crew. And they were really risking their own lives on the edge of that narrow little ledge.
Keane did not need to go to the hospital. The Oscar winner said he was grateful to all the firefighters who helped get him back down to safety. A Phoenix family was reunited with their dog after fire crews were able to rescue the pup from a house in Phoenix. The firefighters responded to the home near 7th Avenue and Southern earlier this evening. They say smoke was already pouring out, but they were able to get in and save the dog from the flames. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The cause is under investigation. For the second time this week, an Arizona judge has ruled that a statewide initiative cannot appear on the November ballot. Today's ruling strikes down a Republican-backed measure that would have banned any new rules on ESA spending that takes money away from military families. The measure was designed to cancel out a separate initiative, Prop 212, that would rein in ESA spending. The ruling has already been appealed to the Arizona Supreme Court. Happening tomorrow, it's being called the seafood capital of Arizona. The Filipino market, Seafood City, is set to open up tomorrow morning. 12 News journalist Tiani Jadalang got an inside look and explains why the company chose to open its largest location in Chandler.
From an extensive food hall to a large seafood selection, the team here at Seafood City says this location is a way to connect the residents here in Chandler with the Philippines. A 66,000 square foot supermarket with a 7-restaurant dining hall. That's what now fills this space at the Chandler Fashion Center.
From here until the very end, this is all lumpia. So you'll find things like pork egg rolls, chicken egg rolls.
It's the largest Seafood City location in North America. And after more than 6 years in the making, the company's 39th store officially opens Thursday morning.
You'll notice that throughout the store, it's very experiential. So you'll be able to see a wide assortment of like live seafood, and even the display of our seafood is very unique.
While seafood is the store's specialty, the experience is the real focus.
Grill City is mostly known for our grilled barbecue. Every single barbecue is hand skewered every single day. Slurp Alley is a Filipino hot pot concept. So basically, it's noodle dishes you're able to enjoy over a pot of fire.
From fresh barbecue and hot pot to traditional Filipino breads and desserts.
Bakers Avenue, we have hot breads like pandesal. So that one's gonna be definitely a favorite. We bake it in-house, it's fresh every day, and then we've also made specialty cakes.
When I asked why Chandler, the president of Seafood City said this.
We were looking mostly in Greater Phoenix, and we're good population growth, and generally Arizona and Phoenix in general have just been really fast growing. And then when we found this location in Chandler, we just thought it was the best place to be.
Chandler's mayor says it's a celebration of the city's diverse community, the state's largest Asian population.
I think it's brilliant. I think that we will attract people from Mexico, all four corners of Arizona, certainly the Valley, Tucson, Flagstaff, that will want to be here.
And for opening day,
on St. Patrick's Day, everyone is Irish. On 4th of July, everyone is American. On Christmas, everyone celebrates. But tomorrow at opening, we are all Filipinos celebrating this new opening in Arizona.
City officials and the Seafood City team will be here for Thursday's grand opening. The store is open to the public at 9 a.m. In Chandler, I'm Tiani Jadaling, 12 News.
All right, Tiani, thanks. Looks good. Straight ahead, a beloved Phoenix venue is closing its doors after over 35 years of bringing music fans together. Plus, two teams getting ready to represent Arizona on the world stage at the 2026 Wheelchair Softball World Series. And the D-backs took on the Pirates this morning in a key rubber match. We'll break down what it means in the wildcard standings. And at 10:13, let's give you a live look over downtown Phoenix. Stay right here. 12 News at 10 is coming right back.